It's match day in the English Premier League round of 16 matches. Much anticipated clash in the English Premier League in one of the 3 p.m. kickoff UK time as Chelsea welcome informed Everton to Stamford Bridge. So in this video, I'll take you through the preview of the game between Chelsea versus Everton in Stamford Bridge. But before we take a look at the preview of this game, let's first of all appreciate Chelsea manager talking about Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca was named the manager of the month for the month of November, while Brentford striker talking about Thiago won the player of the month. I thought it would have been a double for Chelsea, as Reece James was also nominated among the player of the month award. Because in the month of November, Reece James had a very fantastic game. But then, it is Enzo Maresca that was crowned the manager of the month for November, and Thiago picked the player of the month award. So going into this particular encounter between Chelsea versus Everton in the Premier League round of 16 matches, it's indeed going to be a very tough one for Chelsea Football Club, as Chelsea currently are having a very poor run of form, while informed Everton have been having it all good in recent games. In the last 5 games in the English Premier League, Everton have picked 4 wins and lost just 1, when they were defeated by 4-1 by Newcastle United. But in the run of those particular encounter, Everton defeated Fulham at home by 2-0, went away to Old Trafford. 10-man Everton defeated Manchester United by 1-0, and also went away, defeated Bournemouth by 1-0. And in their last Premier League game, they defeated Nottingham Forest by 3-0. That has been the good run of form Everton currently are on. And while Chelsea in the last 5 games have actually picked only 1 win, and that win came against FC Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League, where they defeated Barca by 3-0. Played a 1-1 draw against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, went to Elland Road, lost 3-1 to Leeds United, and went to Vitality Stadium, played a goalless draw against Bournemouth. And in the last game in the UEFA Champions League, Chelsea lost to Atlanta by 2-1. So Chelsea have not been in a very good run of form in the last 5 games. But coming into this game, like I say, it's going to be a very tough one, because if we take a look at the English Premier League standing, the standing this season has not actually been stable, because if we take a look at the English Premier League from 4th position, where we have Crystal Palace, to the 12th position, only 3 points separate the top 4 teams. And that means this season Premier League is definitely going to be a war for the top 4. So Chelsea have everything to play for going into this particular encounter, as Chelsea currently sits 5th in the English Premier League after 15 games, having won just 7, drew 4, and lost 4, securing 25 points, scoring 25 goals in the process, and conceding 15. While Everton currently only 1 point separate Chelsea and Everton in the Premier League standing. Everton currently are in 7th position with 14 points, having scored 18 goals and conceded 17, just plus 1 goal difference. That means Everton coming into this game, though have been winning games, but have a very porous defense line in the English Premier League. Scored 18 goals and conceded 17. Not a good one, if we must actually say. So this game, a much anticipated one, and it's definitely going to be a huge clash for Chelsea. But can Chelsea actually sink Everton in this particular encounter, or will Everton come blazing, as their current form is definitely something to talk about? So going into this particular encounter, the last time Chelsea lost at Stamford Bridge to Everton Football Club was over 30 decades ago, precisely in the 1994-1995 Premier League season. Then the English Premier League was still 22 teams. And after that season, the English Premier League changed from 22 teams to 20 teams. And that squad that actually lost to Everton was actually handled by Glenn Hoddle, talking about Chelsea then manager, in the 1994 squad that were defeated at Stamford Bridge by Everton. And in the squad was Craig Bowley, the popular ESPN pundit, and also Dennis Wise, Peacock, were all players in that particular squad. Currently, some are legends in Chelsea Football Club and are still doing very well for themselves, whether as pundit or as football analyst in podcasts. But then, can Chelsea hold on to this long-lasting record that has actually been a very good one for the club, having not lost at Stamford Bridge to Everton Football Club for over 30 decades? Or is Everton coming to Stamford Bridge to break the record? That is what we'll see after 90 minutes of the encounter in today's 3 p.m. kickoff UK time clash. So, going into this particular encounter, Enzo Maresca had his press conference yesterday, and One of the things he was asked in that press conference was about Cole Palmer. And when Enzo Maresca was asked about Cole Palmer, here's what Enzo Maresca said. Enzo Maresca on Cole Palmer, yeah, he's okay, he's better, he's at the moment available. We have one more section this afternoon. Yesterday, he finished the section with us with a mixed feeling, but overall, he's okay. Enzo Maresca said Cole Palmer actually had a section with the team. He had a mixed feeling during the process, but overall, his overall assessment of Cole Palmer was that Cole Palmer is quite okay. Enzo Maresca went on to say, yeah, with Cole Palmer, it is just a matter of the more players you have that are good, the team is better. It's just good to justify what Thierry Henry was actually saying after the game against Atlanta. That currently, the current squad of Chelsea attack line are below the level of Cole Palmer. And that is what Enzo Maresca have actually reiterated in his press conference. That if Cole Palmer has the crop of players around him that are good, then Chelsea as a team will be better. So we hope to see how improved this is going to be. But then, after Enzo Maresca had his press conference, a couple of hours later, this was the report we got concerning Cole Palmer. Maresca on Palmer, in terms of the mixed feeling, he had a section with us. Overall, he was fine. But still, it was a little bit painful. He was feeling some pain in his groin. It's something we need to monitor. Hopefully, it won't be for the full season, but it's something that is a little bit day by day. So, that is Enzo Maresca still on Cole Palmer. Remember earlier he said he had a section with the team, but there was a mixed feeling, and he gave his general assessment that overall, Cole Palmer, it's okay. And now, we're getting the report that overall he was fine, but he's still having a little bit of pain. That groin pain is still there. So it's left to see if Cole Palmer will definitely be selected for this particular game against Everton. So, looking at the players available for this particular encounter, as we all know, Levi Colwill is out injured with ACL. Also, Romeo Lavia is also out. Liam Delap, that actually sustained a shoulder injury in our last Premier League encounter, is out. And suspended for this particular game is Moses Caicedo, who will be serving his last suspension for this particular encounter. So every other players, according to the manager, are available for selection. So going into this particular encounter, this will be my predicted 11 against Everton. Here it is. In goal will be Robert Sanchez. The full-back will be Marc Cucurella will play the left back, while Malo Gusto will play the right back. The centre-back pairing, I'll go with Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana. Arguably, they have been the best pairing so far we have had. The midfield pivot, I'll go with Enzo Fernandez and with James in absence of Moses Caicedo. While the three attacking midfield through, this is what I will do. The left wing, I'll go with Pedro Neto. The attacking midfield through. The attacking midfield, that is the number 10 role, I will go with Cole Palmer. While the right wing, I'll go with Gustavo William. Up front will still be Joao Pedro, since Liam Delap is out injured. But then, with what Enzo Maresca said about the feeling of Cole Palmer still having pain in his groin area, should Cole Palmer didn't make the selection, or if Cole Palmer will not be available for selection, then the number 10 role will be played by Enzo Fernandez, while the two midfield pivot, I'll bring in Andre Santos to actually partner with Rhys James in that particular position. That will be my selected 11 going into this particular encounter between Chelsea and Everton. Predictions. Chelsea will be looking to bounce back to winning ways into this particular game, as Everton are currently on a good run of form. This game is a make or break for Chelsea, as a lose for Chelsea might just see Chelsea go down to number 10 or 11th position after game week 16. So it's a very crucial encounter going into this one. In fact, to me, it's a must-win for Chelsea, regardless of the form that Everton are currently at. It's a must-win. Chelsea just have to take advantage of the bridge and actually secure all 3 points against Everton. All I expected from Enzo Maresca going into this particular game, whatever magic he did in the month of November that actually gave him the award, the Manager of the Month award for November, was no fluke. That actually shows that tactically, Enzo Maresca actually did something. And Chelsea had a very clean run of form in the month of November. But coming into December, Chelsea is yet to pick a win. Because so far we have played 3 games in the month of December. We have lost 2 and actually picked a draw, which means out of possible 9 points in December, we have only picked 1 point from 3 games, and that is not a good one. While Everton in the month of December so far are coming in with 100% record. Their last 2 games in December played so far, they've actually picked all 3 points. They've actually picked all 6 points in the encounter. I definitely feel it's going to be a tough game, because before the game against Atlanta, I actually said that the game this weekend against Everton will definitely be a much tougher game compared to the Champions League game we are going to play against Atlanta. But it is left for Enzo Maresca to get the team selection right in order to get the victory. And I definitely think this is the point where Enzo Maresca always rise to the occasion in order to get things right. I just hope Enzo Maresca will put up the right selection that will get the job done at Stamford Bridge against Everton. Or the record of over 30 decades might just be broken at Stamford Bridge by Everton. Because in the last 30 games, in the last 30 years, Chelsea have not lost at Stamford Bridge to Everton. The last time we lost to Everton at Stamford Bridge was in 1994-1995 season, when Blackburn Rovers was crowned Premier League champion. Then the Premier League was still 22 teams. Chelsea finished 11th, while Everton finished 15th that particular year. So I expect Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, make the right selection, put in the right players that will get the job done and get the team firing. And also, in the process of the game, if Enzo Maresca will not tinker his substitution and actually do what is wrong, because in the game against Atlanta, Enzo Maresca actually killed Chelsea with poor substitution and poor tactical approach to that particular game. And that is what we just don't want to see in this particular game against Everton. It's definitely going to be a tough one, but I see Chelsea defeating Everton in this particular clash by 2-1. Who will make your predicted 11 going into this game between Chelsea versus Everton, and what will be your score prediction? Drop your thoughts down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you in the next video. Bye.